KR in the zone. When it's time for the moment, you already know. Flip the channel, hear that voice. Big stakes, big stage, one choice. From the coin toss to the last shot, he break it all down on the spot. Sideline swagger, zip up jacket. Notes in the pad, whole board mapped it. Every city, every loud crowd chanting. If the trophy on the line, he's standing. It's the KR Big Game Show. You feel that buzz soon as lights go. If it's win or lose, he gon' be there. Talking every play like fresh air. Bills Mafia riding, whole nation loud. Big smile steady in the tensest crowd. When the big game hit, he on call for show. It's the KR Big Game Show. KR in the zone. When it's time for the moment, you already know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the KR Big Game Show with your host, Big Game Kerry Reeves.
Good evening, everybody. How's things tonight in Knoxville? Tuesday night, May 19th. Got a lot of action going on, a lot of stuff going on. We're going to hop right into it. I want to thank everybody for following and subscribing and watching us. And we're going to be back with Rebels with a Cause real soon. For everybody, we have all been just busy with things in life and everything, with life and going on else. We're going to be back soon to get everybody back together and have a good time. And just remember that the opinions of the Big Game Show are not of any organization entities. They just solely are us, the RX family and guest panelist views. And we're going to get to talking. This is a hot time of year, so we're going to start getting into talking, and I'm going to talk about last night. Boy, last night, the conference finals part of the NBA playoffs got started off with a bang. What a first game between San Antonio and Oklahoma City. If the next 6 games, because I believe that's going to go 7, are like last night, us as basketball fans will be very, very happy. Victor Wembanyama, what more can you say about this kid? This kid, on a night that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander received his second straight NBA Most Valuable Player trophy, Victor Wembanyama went off for 41 points, 20 rebounds, 3 blocks, was just absolutely incredible. And the fact that really it mattered too, his points were needed because Oklahoma City did not play very well, and the game still went to double overtime, which tells me they got another gear that they can go into 2. Like I said, give me 6 more games of this series. This can be absolutely amazing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander struggled on the night. Most nights when you receive your MVP trophy, that added pressure keeps coming on, and yes, he's going to struggle, and he did struggle, but I expect him to bounce out of it. I expect Oklahoma City to shoot better. Game 2 is Wednesday night in Oklahoma City, and it's going to be a big game. It's a big game too. Let's see what happens. San Antonio's already accomplished their mission. Their mission was to get a split of the first 2 games. They've already accomplished it. I want to see what they do full blow in that series. And tonight's series, the Eastern Conference final starts with the Knicks in Cleveland in MSG. And I'm going to be honest with you. My prediction is I think the Knicks will win this in 6 games, 6 games. Nothing against Cleveland, but that last series with Detroit was one of the most confounding series I've ever seen. For 4 games, you had home teams win, and then the last 3, you had the road team win convincingly, especially in Game 6 and Game 7. Both games were so unwatchable. I'm glad they had them on Prime because that's where they needed to be, was on Prime. They were not watchable for anybody else. I want to see, who do we have in the finals? Do we have a Oklahoma City, New York Knicks final? Do we have a San Antonio Spur, New York Knicks final? Do we have a San Antonio Spur, Cleveland, or Cleveland, Oklahoma City? We're going to find out. These 2 conference series finals are going to be really good. I expect both excitement and high ratings from both fan bases. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. And speaking of still last night, I still want to talk about it. It was tough for me last night watching my Sabres go down in a overtime battle with Montreal, in a series battle with Montreal that went the full 7 games. Funny thing, in that series, the road team won 5 games of the 7 in that series. Montreal was 3-1 in the series on the road. They've won 2 Game 7s on the road. very soft goal at the end. I had a feeling that the goal that they took away in the first period would come back to bite us, and sure enough, I was right. It came back to bite us. But what an effort by the Sabres. This season came out of nowhere. 15 years not being in the playoffs, and the next thing you know, we're the number 2 seed. We're Atlantic Division champions. Had a fantastic year, and I just hate that it ended this short. But the Eastern Conference Finals now pits Montreal against Carolina, which should be a very exciting series. I think it'll be a fast-paced, up and down series. Both teams like to play disciplined hockey, play low-scoring, close games. This should be a lot of action, a lot of physical play, and a lot of fighting, because these two teams don't like each other. The Western Conference Final starts tomorrow night. Actually, it starts tonight in the West, as the Las Vegas Golden Knights will face the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Finals. You got 1 versus 3. Let's find out if Colorado's been the best team all year. If they have, they'll continue to be the best team all year as they continue towards a shot at another Stanley Cup championship and something to bring to Denver. And that'll start up tomorrow night. That series will start tomorrow night in Denver at Ball Arena. We're heading towards the final. In about 2 weeks, we'll have both the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals. Should be very interesting. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see who's in both. Last Thursday, the NFL schedule was officially released. And besides the games that were leaked, you've got some interesting divisional games that are spread out all over the place. The international games were leaked out. You also got a Thanksgiving lineup, which may be the best Thanksgiving Day lineup in the history of televised football. You've got the night before with the Rams and the Packers, and then you've got a full day of Thanksgiving football when you got the Lions and the Bears. That's your appetizer. Now, most people eat dinner between 4 and 5. Perfect. Eagles and the Cowboys face each other in a perfect division where NFC East battle, where they don't like each other. It's going to be a lot of fighting, and it's perfect for Thanksgiving because there's going to be a lot of disagreements. Always is over food. Over what food do you like? Turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, that bit. Always fun trying to figure out what people want. And then as a nightcap, you get to eat your dessert or have a glass of wine, whatever. Sit back and watch Chiefs at Bills at night on Thanksgiving night. We get Mahomes versus Allen on Thanksgiving night. Doesn't make any better. Although, hold on. The Christmas lineup is absolutely incredible. And I forgot about the Black Friday game, which is actually going to be incredible. We got Denver going to Pittsburgh, and Aaron Rodgers over the weekend signed that 1-year deal to come back to the Steelers and reunite with Mike McCarthy. So, yeah, you got Denver versus Pittsburgh on the Black Friday game. Should be pretty entertaining, too. Now, let's talk about Christmas. Christmas, don't do anything for Christmas. If you got plans, it's football all day. You got Packers versus Bears to start us off. You got Bills versus Broncos in a rematch of that great controversial AFC divisional game right back at the scene of crime in Denver. And then, as a nightcap, on Christmas night, the first of 2 battles in the last 3 weeks between the Rams and the Seahawks. Last year's NFC Championship game, the first of 2 meetings, and who knows, there could be 3 meetings again between the Rams and the Seahawks. All 3 matchups last year came down. Seattle won the total points by 1. That's how close this rivalry is that we could be getting again. And, of course, everybody knows the first game of the year will be a replay of the last game of the year. Super Bowl rematch between the Patriots and the Seahawks, and I expect the same outcome because I don't see that the Patriots have changed a little bit. Seattle has lost a few people, but they still have the same philosophy, same form. The NFL season, looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of stuff. We got a lot to talk about. Today, they approved there will be next year. You got 9 international games next year. Get ready to one-up that. There will be 10 international games next year, and that's not including the one. There's one other game at Wembley, so there could be 11 international games next year. So that's 22 teams, and it looks like 22 different teams could be playing international ball this next year, and it's going to be pretty exciting. And it's going to be a lot exciting and a big challenge. Find out who's playing where. That'll all get decided during the season. And then during the off season, they'll put all the deals together. And we'll find out next May the 10 international games that'll be overseas. And that basically means probably there's going to be either a game in Canada or a game in Japan. I'm choosing more likely Canada. Japan is just you think Australia is a long trip. I think Japan may be even a longer trip than Australia. But we'll find out next year when they put everything together. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the NFL slate, we got OTAs going right now. You've got everybody that's going to be in OTAs for the next couple of weeks, and then they get a break. And then by the time middle of July comes back, it's training camp time. We'll be talking all about it. College football, college sports going on right now. Congratulations to the Lady Vols softball team. They made it to another super regional. This is the fourth time in the last 5 years they will be hosting a super regional here in Knoxville. This year's opponent in the super regional will be fellow SEC rival Georgia in a best 2 out of 3 that starts Thursday night and goes to Saturday if necessary. The 8 winners from the super regionals are represented in Oklahoma City for the women's title. Of the 16 teams that are playing in super regional, 9 are from the SEC. We're guaranteed that the SEC is guaranteed 3 with a possibility of 6. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in these super regionals. There's a lot of great matchups, a lot of SEC on 3 SEC on SEC. It's going to be a lot of fun. Carlin Parsons making her last run. Carlin Parsons making her very last run as one of the best pitchers to ever pitch in college softball. This is her last run at a shot at a national championship, and a lot of people shot at a national championship. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see what happens in supers this weekend. Also, congratulations, Vol baseball. It's a very strong finish to the end of the season. They are competing right now in the SEC tournament in Hoover, and they are up on South Carolina 11-6 in the bottom of the 8th inning, getting ready to wrap that up. If they win this game, they will play Arkansas tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 our time, 4:30 down in Hoover, Alabama. Strong showing for the UT this week could put them in a position to host a regional next week. Right now, a lot of the seedings have them as a high 2 seed to somebody being a 1. I wouldn't want this team as a 2 seed. The way they hit the ball and the way they fielded this year, I wouldn't want this team anywhere near me if I'm a team like Georgia Tech or North Carolina or any of the other SEC teams that sees Tennessee, that knows Tennessee well. I wouldn't want Tennessee coming my way in a regional knowing that they're pitching, that they're hitting, everything starting to click for them at the right time. And like I said, a strong possibility this week, strong showing this week at Hoover may put them in a position to actually host a regional next week and put them in a position to get closer to a super regional. If not hosting, be somewhere close enough where the fans could travel down and have a good time. Great showing by Coach Elander and the guys. Go do it in Hoover. It's going to be a lot of fun. We talk about college football, and I have to give ESPN some credit when it comes to college football because they've already set ESPN's Game Day has set a lot of trends, has sent so many things that are out there in the world. They have already announced the first 2 sites for College Game Day. We're not even in September yet, we're not even at the end of May yet. And they have already set their first 2 sites of the year. Week 0, well, actually week 1 will be Labor Day weekend. They will be at LSU for Lane Kiffin's debut when Lane Kiffin and LSU host the Clemson Tigers in a rematch of last year's game. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be excitement. With Lane Kiffin, you don't know what's going to happen. And then week 2, they will be in Austin, Texas for the rematch from last year's regular season opener between Ohio State and Texas. This year, it's being played in Austin. And Game Day will be on site for that one. And they announced the 3rd site later in the year. The return of Lane Kiffin to Ole Miss. That's right. Ole Miss will have ESPN Game Day for the return of Lane Kiffin to walk back into Oxford, Mississippi, this time as the coach of LSU when they play Ole Miss. That will be chaotic, exciting. They're going to need all kinds of security and all kinds of everything else because it's going to be absolutely crazy. The scene in Oxford, Mississippi, when Lane Kiffin makes his return to Oxford this time on the sidelines of LSU. And after everything that had transpired at the end of last year, through the end of the regular season, the college football playoff, all the transfers between the coaches being in two different places, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be all kinds of fun, and I can't wait to soak it in and enjoy every little bit of it as I laugh at Lane Kiffin. Now, my strong performance of the week. I got a couple of big performances this week, and a couple of off extreme sports. The Preakness Derby was ran over the weekend, and Napoleon Solo won the Preakness in a very slow time, very good time actually, but it was a little bit slower. A lot of fun in the Preakness. None of the big names were racing. No Renegade, Golden Tempo, and one other horse was scratched before the race, but those two horses, the top two horses, did not compete in the Preakness. All eyes are now pointing to 4 weeks down the road in the middle of June to Belmont, New York for the Belmont Stakes. The longer of the three races, it is 1.75 miles. All the top horses will be there. But Napoleon Solo gave a great performance, and he deserves a big game performance. The other big game performance this week is going to be a bit of a shocker because nobody knew who this guy was before last weekend. Aaron Ray at the PGA Championship in Aramic and outside of Philadelphia. This guy was a 290-1 long shot. If you were betting on who won the PGA tournament, you wonder how many people would say, "Hey, I'm gonna pick a long shot. I'm gonna pick this kid Aaron Ray." This kid Aaron Ray on Sunday outlasted McIlroy, Scheffler, Cantley, John Rahm, a who's who of major champions. Justin Thomas, 3 hours earlier, had posted 5 under par, 65. Justin Thomas really felt that he was about to win his third PGA in the last 8 years. No, this kid, Aaron Ray, came out of absolute nowhere. He was 2 shots back of the lead when the day started, carved a 65, a perfect 65, including a 80-foot putt on the 71st hole, on the 17th hole to clinch the PGA. 290-1. He is the second registered long shot in the last 30 years to win a major. The only person who had longer odds than him was Ben Curtis back in 2003 when he came from 8 shots back to win the British Open, and he was a 300-1 long shot. So you got long shots all over the place. You got a long shot in Otelli that competed in the Kentucky Derby and nearly won, and now you've got Aaron Ray, a virtual unknown. And I mean, I didn't know who this kid was. A lot of these guys in Philadelphia said, "Who in the world is this guy?" But this guy delivered on the biggest stage. He played his tail off on Sunday, shot a 65 on a Sunday in a major. You shoot a 65 anytime, that's a great score. You do it in the final round in a major, that helps you win. All bets are off to you. That's super productive. That's super unbelievable. And now we got 4 weeks to get ready for the U.S. Open at Winged Foot in New York, and it's going to be absolutely crazy. It's Father's Day weekend, and that tournament usually brings out the emotions, brings out everything because it's your country's championship. We're looking forward to see. You got the first 2 winners of Grand Slams this year. You got Rory McIlroy repeating at the Masters, and Aaron Ray, who won at the PGA Championship in Aramic. Great course. The action was up and down, fast and furious. There was a scene on Sunday where there were 27 golfers within 3 shots on Sunday. There were 35 golf. If you add another stroke, there were 35 golfers walking the Sunday morning down 4 shots that had a chance to win. And this kid, Aaron Ray, out of nowhere, 291 long shot, wins the PGA. Terrific job, Aaron. You get a big game performance of the week along with Napoleon Solo at the Preakness. You get big game of the week from me. Thank you guys. This week, it was a lot of fun talking with y'all again. We talked about the NFL schedule. We talked about ESPN Game Day. We talked about the NHL. We got the NBA. We got college baseball. We got college softball. Everything started hot this time of year. By the end of June, we will have every major sport completely done except for Major League Baseball and golf. We'll also have the UFL, the United Football League. They'll be finished up soon. We're getting ready to get rounded form into the end of June. We got drafts too. We got the NHL draft, the NBA draft. We got drafts coming up. And then right into July, we got training camps getting ready to open up, and it's going to be fun. We're getting right back to football. And then college, we got SEC. We got media days in July. We got the SEC media days. Big 12, ACC, Big 10. Big 10's on the S3 national championships. Media days in Chicago is going to be huge for them. Media day this year for the SEC is in Dallas, Texas, right in the middle of the country. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of excitement. ACC, you got the Big 12. You've got the new Pac-10 conference and their media days that's going to kick in. That's going to be very interesting. Their media days are being held in LA. Should be a lot of fun. But we got a lot to look forward to. Get past May, get past June. We got football basically starting July, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Thank you guys for joining this week. And remember, and when you know it, I speak it. It's a big game. Just remember, we'll hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get more people. We'll update our numbers, but I'm sure we are over 200 subscribers and probably around 21,000 views. I know my program's gotten a lot of views, and I appreciate all of you out there who comment, who watch, who listen. I appreciate all the kind words. We're going to keep it going. We're going to bring everybody will be back soon for Rebels with a Cause. We're looking forward to being back together. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of chance to talk and find out what we've all been doing. Like I said, life has gotten for all of us, but we miss y'all, and we know that you miss us, and we're going to get back out there and just enjoy it. Get ready for what could be one of the craziest football seasons, college and pro, and even the local stuff around here, high school. Oh yeah, we also got spring fling going on in the state of Tennessee. We got soccer championships going on. We got the high school track championships for the first time ever happening up here at the University of Tennessee. You got baseball, you got softball, you got soccer going on. Spring fling is all around. The kids are getting out of school this week, so everybody's just rammed up for summer. And it's hot. The weather's going. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys for joining. And like I said, remember, when you watch it and I talk about it, it's a big game. I will talk to you next time. Thank you. And see you next time on the KR Big Game Show.
Yeah. KR in the zone. When it's time for the moment, you already know. Flip the channel, hear that voice. Big stakes, big stage, one choice. From the coin toss to the last shot, he break it all down on the spot. Sideline swagger, zip up jacket, notes in the pad, whole board mapped it. Every city, every loud crowd chanting. If the trophy on the line, he's standing. It's the KR Big Game Show. You feel that buzz soon as lights go. If it's win or lose, he gon' be there. Talking every play like fresh air. Bills Mafia riding, whole nation loud. Big smile steady in the tensest crowd. When the big game hit, he don't call for show. It's the KR Big Game Show. KR in the zone. When it's time for the moment, you already know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the KR Big Game Show with your host, Big Game Kerry Reeves.